the snow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Houston really doesn't get snow like uh, like the rest of the world. Uh, what's going on, Bobby? You might want to check your account. Uh, if any of you are in whatever it is that G Man's doing now, okay, that's really annoying when it stops like that in the middle of a thought. If any of you are in G Man's Hangout where he's yelling at a video that Emperor Atheist made, please go tell folks I'm live because I actually have something fairly important to say. And yeah, so please inform folks of that. As you see, I've not shaved in quite some time. I'm a bit anxious to go back to school. Yeah, I have my natural going in. I'm probably going to get this cut, but I have my full mountain man slash Al Qaeda fucking uh, Al Qaeda recruit going on here. So I'm probably going to keep this around because of the weather. But yeah, I've told a few people about my plans to stay away for a bit, but I have not made an official video because I kind of struggle to come to terms with some things. And one of the main things that I've struggled to come to terms with is just how much time I've invested in a lot of the idiots that we deal with. And it's mostly at the behest of no one other than myself. I don't have anyone to blame. But one of the things that I do have to look at moving forward is how much time I invest with the ingrates that we deal with, because some of them are just genuinely terrible people um, in person and terrible people in real life, evidenced by some of the comments that have made. We all know, for instance, and I have no problem saying this, that Tommy Hall is a racist. I typically don't deal with people like that in my real life unless I have to. And so when I have the option of not dealing with said people, I won't. Tommy can feel free to respond to that any way, shape, or form. But when you blatantly use negative racial stereotypes and then laugh about it when people kind of approach you, that tells me what type of person you are. And Tommy, feel free to come on down to Houston if you got a problem with me saying that. But again, this is not about any one person at all. This is not about any one instance. It's not about anything in particular that may or may not be, I guess, a factor in my decision. It is a cumulative look at how I invest my time, and the issue overall comes down to I have found it more conducive towards spending my time more so in off-air hangouts if I want to engage people who are worth my time. Make no mistake, there are quite a few people here, and of course we have Hog Tie right at the top of that list. Sam, well, I have Sam's phone number, so I don't need to go on off-air hangouts. But just Fiona, Jade, and CRISPR, Rational Mind, Daryl Soar, whenever you can catch him, and many others that I'm just neglecting to remember right now. But you know who you are. Those are people who are worth my time. The Clown Car Posse, very few and far between, are actually worth my time and time of the people that I mentioned. Hell, even if you're average Joe, they're not worth it. G-Man's not worth my time. G-Man has never been worth my time. G-Man will probably never be worth my time. The fact that I and others have graced him with our time has been nothing more than an advantage for him and a platform for him to profess the idiocy that he sees as truth and as whatever it is that he thinks that he's doing on the internet. I find it quite sad that this is his life, quite literally, but I also do understand that this is very cathartic for some people when they have mobility issues. They have various issues like agoraphobia, who who make or try to engage in a discourse, and who really desire to be a part of something, but they have certain impediments that make it difficult for them. So I truly and honestly understand their predicament. Um, the people that we deal with on the radical evangelical side are not among those people. So I have no sympathy for them. So one of the things that I have decided to do is to severely limit my time here on YouTube. But the the catalyst for this is something that I am not going to go into detail about, but more so something that I have had to address, more so with Mrs. Dragnot. Um, and she has brought up a point, and it's not that she's been beating me over the head with a rolling pin at all. She has rightfully pointed out that spending 8 hour hangout. She has rightfully pointed out that spending 8 hours talking about these guys is kind of a waste, because whatever you said in the first hour um, is only going to be pretty much repeated the next seven. And she's right, and she's absolutely right. And again, I'm not blaming Mrs. Dragnot for that. This is, she was being a good wife and offering some very sobering words. But it's something that I've been mulling for quite some time. It's and it is something that I think others should consider. Not taking a hiatus, because I need a break anyway. But I'm not shutting down my channel. I'm not doing anything like that. But I will be focusing more so on school. Like I said, I will happily engage in off-air hangouts, which I do plan on doing once school starts. But like you see, you didn't see me in talking. I didn't even watch Talking Shit Tuesday today. I haven't even been watching people's channels, other than Sam's videos, other than I think a little bit of one of MP's videos. Other than that, I turned off all the notifications on my phone. I don't really even have the shortcut on my laptop anymore. I got to type it in. But this is something that I think we all need a break every so often. We all need a bit of reprieve, because once you've been inundated by stupidity, you tend to take on the attributes of said stupidity. And I could see that within myself. I could see that a lot of the things that I found really annoying, and a lot of the indignant tendencies of CCP members that were beginning to rub off on me. At least I feel so. It's unhealthy. It's really unhealthy how a lot of us will become almost obsessive with these almost cartoonish characters that we deal with, and how it's astonishing for some of them to see us in our most sobering moments, and what they, I guess, see as a lucid moment in the individuals that we are. Case in point, the conversation that was had on True Empiricism channel, where I was in my Pikachu outfit and I was playing the guitar. Most people understand that I was doing that for shits and giggles, but the fact that I was offering a piece of myself, a look into who I am as a person, that seemed odd to them. And so, what's going on, Xavier? That to me told me that these people really don't have much of an understanding of basic human psychology. Like there are very few people who are one-dimensional, and that's something that I've been mulling over for quite some time. When we see Ozzy actually get upset, well, it's not a shock that Ozzy is capable of anger. It's just that we've just never seen it. It's that there's an expectation at some point that you can anger. I'm just using Ozzy as an example. there's an expectation that if you push someone so far, they'll be angry. But there's not a shock that he is then capable of anger. That there's a difference there. And upon me realizing kind of the weird psychology of CCP members, I had to then sit down and go, if these people are simply not capable of understanding the basics of human interaction, then are they really, worth spending this exorbitant amount of time with? And no, the answer is absolutely fucking not. If you take the sum total of time that our good friend G-Man has spent talking about evolution, talking to people with degrees, people who have been in the field for X number of years, he's probably had the equivalent to 1.5 to 2 years of a college education. Drag have a typo in stream title. Dude, it probably auto-corrected. Yeah, I'll fix that. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I was making this in a hurry because I'm about to go to bed. Wait, that was G. That's how that permission. Yeah, don't expect G-Man's titles to have any type of grammatical accuracy whatsoever. He really doesn't care because that's minutia to him. And that actually brings me to another point. If a person is so fucking lazy that they get upset, so lazy and insecure that they get upset that you say, hey, you actually misspelled this in your title, they're probably not worth talking to. They're probably not worth listening to other than to make fun of them. Abso-fucking-lutely. It's astonishing how mentally stunted some of them are. And as arrogant as I can come across, and as asshole-ish that I can appear to be, it stands to say that one of my, I guess, redeeming qualities is that I feel as though I take good care to correct myself and to allow myself to be corrected. And I find that to be a good trait in others. So I look for that. That's one of my indicators of someone who has good character overall. And I don't really see that in a lot of these individuals. They don't seem interested in actually being corrected. Mind you, many of them speak out of their depth for quite a bit of their experience here on this weird fucking microcosm that is the internet. There are a section of it, at least. It doesn't occur to them that if you're talking to a guy who spends 85% of his fucking week in a lab, that he might know something about what goes on in it. And if you're a fucking, I don't know, guy who rides a riding lawnmower for a fucking living, you might not know as much as him about fucking biology. Rocket science, I know. That sort of weird inability to see the writing on the wall there is something that I need to take time to get away from and actually spend more real life time around people who are worth their weight in salt, who are worth talking to, who are worth engaging. As I said in another video, that I have at least 2 open invitations right now to talk to a doctor of histology who worked at who worked at the organization that I want to work for in the future, actually. He worked there and was doing research there as I was being born, to give you a time frame as to how long this man has been an educator and been an expert in this field. As I was being conceived, he was finishing his postdoc, if I'm not mistaken. So I have an open invitation to just come and chat with this individual. And the fact that I have probably squandered that opportunity in the past months, and instead have spoken to, as my mother would say, a star-native fool on the internet, as it's appalling. It really is. And I'm appalled that I allowed myself to be entertained by a jester, a fucking court jester, rather than being edified and educated and being in the presence of somebody who could quite literally help make the path to my success in life. And that is something I need to rectify for this year. That is something that is completely on me, and that's something that I have to do better at. Um, so one of the changes that I've made is that I've contacted the VA here. I'm going to go address some of the issues that I have just with depression. And I've spoken about this before because I find that I am more prone to find things just to placate myself rather than really address the issue. And so that will help, I guess, in a way, so that I'm less inclined just to seek like quick gratifications, to be easily amused by the idiocy here from the CCP members and the other idiocy that I see on the internet, because it entertains us all, but it can't replace what one needs to do to get better. And so, since I know a lot of my viewership also suffer from some of the same disorders of anxiety, depression, and there's a few of you who do suffer from PTSD, um, part of this video and one of the major motivations for me making this video is a plea for me to you to go get help. I have 2 appointments scheduled, one on the 19th and one on the 26th. I don't have school on Fridays, so those are going to be my days to seek counseling. It's not so bad that I'm having any types of ideation. It's just, it's affected me enough so that I'm cognizant of it, and that I understand how it can get worse and how there is an ebb and a flow to it. And a few months ago it was pretty bad. And for those of you who understand I forget what it's called. It's a seasonal depression that gets really bad around, especially around the holidays. There's a name for it, and somebody will say it in the chat. But I was affected by that recently, and so it's pretty shitty. You don't ask for it, and it is something that needs to be treated not with moon rocks, seasonal affective disorder. Thank you, Sam. Yes, and you were quite literally sad. Yes, seasonal affective disorder. So I was sad. But it's something that you can't wish it away. You can't pray it away. You can't just rub moon rocks together and drink fucking kale smoothies and hope that it fucking goes away. You can't do that. You have to actually address it. It's just the same as treating a disorder of any other organ system. Your mind is still an organ, and it still needs to be treated. There, happy pills may not work for everyone, but therapy, for what I remember, does work. And so I would hope others understand that I would not tell you to do this if I was not doing it myself. And I'm a big proponent in lead by example. And it is really hard to seek, thank you, Xavier. It is hard to seek treatment, and it's hard to admit that you need help. And so understanding yourself is a really big part of seeking help and knowing how to go get it. No, I have not been I've not been able to get my cheese curds. Once I get my cheese curds, I will have my poutine. That will be my reward for making it through this month. What's going on, Bully Nader? This is one for you too, Bully Nader. But I really do have to remove myself from YouTube. The idea originally was for me to have just kind of limited interactions, but and I did. I think, yeah, last week when I was on Talking Shit Tuesday, I was in Hog Ties Hangout, and man, it's been a week since then. But after that hangout, and nothing went wrong in the hangout. Nobody said anything, nobody did anything. I just kind of realized that this is not where I need to be right now. This is not what I need to be doing. What I should be doing is something more constructive, more proactive toward things that are going to edify me. I'm still going to turn on, a fucking, part of a true video because I'm with everyone else. I cannot watch him for more than 5 minutes. I'm sorry. I hear you. Once he does his chemistry sessions, I will watch that with 100. I will be completely fucking attentive to that. I guarantee you. I will thumbs up. I will comment. Bravo, encore, whatever he needs me to say. But if it's not that, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm still gonna watch G-Man make a fucking fool of himself and tell other people that they're embarrassing themselves on the internet. And I'm like, you know what, man? If he only knew how embarrassed I am to be a black man and to watch him fucking pantomime, I can't even put into words how embarrassing he is to me. It is absolutely abhorrent. Like, it is sad enough to the point that I had family over for the holidays. I had my biological mother sitting where I'm sitting, and she was almost speechless as to like the dynamic between G-Man and I. And yes, my mother does watch my YouTube videos. Um, and there's no good thing to say about G-Man other than he's interesting. That's her nice way of saying I understand he's a Christian. He's a little slow. Uh, that's it's one of those oh bless his heart moments. So it's you know I know all of us behind the scenes have agreed not to kick the slow kid. I understand that. He seems to not realize that we have all yes a little slow. We've all agreed not to kick the slow kid behind the scenes. I got it. But it does need to be said because he is a malicious fuck. Like he really is. And so since he seems so intent on burning bridges everywhere that he goes, I feel that it needs to be put out there that we've all agreed to tie fucking both our hands and our brains behind our backs and fucking fall down a flight of stairs before we fucking talk to him because he's an idiot. Like there's people that you think that are stupid, but then there are people who literally can't repeat the words that you just said, even if they're 5 words. He's one of those people. And so I'm supposed to feel bad by saying that this fucker isn't worth my time. Okay, I feel so terrible saying that. Right. I'm supposed to cry when he says, I'm not dealing with Dragnot anymore because he's here for lulz. Well, I'm not going to talk to you and learn any fucking thing. What is there another reason that I should be talking to you? Is there some fucking epiphany I'm going to have by excuse me, the lugs. Is there epiphany I'm going to have one day talking to your dumb ass? No. That's like having an epiphany talking to my 6-year-old. He's going to tell me about oatmeal, Transformers, and that he didn't piss himself. Okay? That's it. I'm not going to expect much from my 6-year-old. Am I supposed to expect more from G-Man? I'm hoping that G-Man still doesn't piss himself, but I'm not. Yeah, you know what? Who knows? So let me just clear the air on that. Let me just clear the air on that. He's never been worth my time. Never been worth my fucking time. The fact that I graced this motherfucker with so much of my time, he should be lucky. He should be thankful. He should get down and pray to whatever God he feels is necessary. The fact that him and his fucking friends have had my time, should be fucking thankful. I've been cordial when they've been cordial, but they should still be very fucking thankful. Quit sending me fucking messages. You know who you are. The fact that I have had the opportunity to interact with Sam, CRISPR, Rational Mind, Fiona, Jade. I almost called him Epi. I almost called him by his real name too. he knows who he is. There's so many people that I can sit here and name. I could probably name 20 people. Ozzy, Floyd, Saka again. Like, there's so many people I'm very fortunate to engage with, but I am not so... Who just sent me? What the fuck number is that? I have no idea who that is. Oh, I know who that is now. I am so fortunate to have come into contact with these people, but I don't take it for granted. And I've said this in other fucking videos. They are not obligated to give me their time. None of them. Not a one. No one. But these guys think that they have like these time slots in your life where you are obligated to give them FaceTime. And there's a great dictum by Ozzy, if you've never heard of it. I'm no one's bitch. It's great. It is great. It's wonderful because it's true. It is absolutely fucking true. Some of us are actually doing stuff in real life. And some of us go, you know what? I'm going to procrastinate and just waddle in this fucking stupidity. And that's our choice. That's on us. But at the end of the day, what's more important? What's more fucking important? I'm going to kick y'all in the ass sending me fucking messages while I'm live. Y'all know better. You know, there's other channels that'll be up where you guys can go and chat. I know Vito from the Wrecking Crew podcast, he's trying to go live. He's trying to do something. And once he gets his thing going, I'll promote Vito, because I know Vito is and that man is going a million miles per hour, building, just, he's doing shit. There's not a time he's not doing shit. So I like Vito's vigor. I like his energy. I know MP and Emperor Atheist are getting together. Really important question. How much for a G-Man level rap? This was 30 for the guitar. Oh, I'm not rapping. Fuck you. Ain't no price. So definitely check that out. When I catch wind of some other stuff that's going on, but you know, I would really hope that some other. I'm not going to retire. I'm just going on hiatus. I just need to really take a break from the stupidity. I need to get myself together because I've been wallowing in the muck of CCP shittiness for quite some time. Quite some time. I've been dedicating way too much time. So I think that it is time for me to kind of take a step back and really reevaluate what's important in life, because really the time for me was when I verbalized in the hangout with G-Man that, well, let's look at the opportunities that we have in life. The only thing that he has to his name is that he's a terrible fucking marathon runner. And it's sad that it had to get that personal. Let me start by saying it is terrible that things had to get that personal. I have no compunction in bringing things to that level at all, because that's just part of who I am. And I find joy in it, even shitting on someone else and people shitting on me. But when I sat back and I actually sat back and thought about it for a second, if that's the only thing he has in his life, then that's kind of sad. Once you really sit down and you think about it, like you really sit down and you think about the things that you've accomplished and let's say 3 or 4 decades. If what you have to your name is being a shitty marathon runner, you've not really done much with your life. I've done more in my first 25 years of living than he will probably do in his entire life. But yet he feels that he can shit on me and others because he's a shitty marathon runner. Don't ask me how, but that's how he in his mind like rationalizes things. And then we'll go on to lie, and G-Man does lie quite a bit, and so quite a few of his friends, and tell people these atheists have no direction in life. They have no meaning in life. When I've said time and time again that one of my goals in life is to place myself in the annals of scientific history and to help be one, at least be one of the people who have helped cure some form of cancer because it plagues my family. And I've had several family members die and almost die from cancer, various cancers. And so it's a very personal struggle for me. And it is something that I have internalized quite a bit. And so to have somebody that dishonest take something so personal and then just pretend it doesn't exist, that really hits home to their character. Like, it doesn't actually impact me emotionally because I'm emotionally constipated, as some people say, but it really does tell you the caliber of the person you're dealing with. And it makes you really wonder why they exist other than a broken condom, because it's sad. When a person who's accomplished little to nothing in their life questions everyone else's existence, you have to really wonder what it is that drives them every day. What makes them get up? What makes their life significant enough to where they can question what you do in life? You really have to wonder. And of all the conspiracies, of all the nonsense where even Shani had put out that she believed that myself and others were being paid to fuck with G-Man because we seem so calm. I had you can the only thing that you can do is laugh because it's so ridiculous. It is so far-fetched that you wonder why people of this caliber have not found an island unto themselves and have tried to breed a population of mentally deficient fucking pygmies. Like that's what I kind of fantasize in my mind sometimes as why folks who are just so fucking out there have not just found each other on the internet and have tried to create whatever. I don't know. Just that's me and my daydreaming my best case scenario for the world, because I don't know what to do. It's like juggling balls of hot iron. Like they're amazing to look at, but incredibly volatile to touch. So it's entertaining, hardly insulting, but very entertaining. But the issue is that it's too entertaining. It's like your favorite candy. It's too sweet, too fucking sweet. You get diabetes. And you gotta say no. You gotta say, you know what? I am going to not partake in this so much because it's not worth the time. It's really not. Oh, so I'd be remiss if I didn't say Sam and Positively Godless are going to be in New York City in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So if there's somebody who wants to go and meet them up, hey, have at it. But if you are coming to the Houston area, Houston, Galveston, anywhere the area, let me know. I've met Xavier. There's a video on my channel where Xavier and I are just sitting down talking. I have no problem, and we can go eat some wings. You might even see my cousin, who is a police officer, as Xavier can tell you. Wow, there's like 40-some people watching this. But yeah, it's there are things I want to work on myself that I'm going to take that YouTube time and turn into. I am very grateful for all the people that I've interacted with. I will continue to interact with you, especially if you have my phone number. If you have me on Facebook, I tend to interact with you. But I want to work on more, helping Mrs. Drag in her musical pursuits. She's in there practicing guitar, so I'm trying to see what I can do to help her improve her guitar playing and I've recently gotten back into fishing. I might have to take a break from that since I've not caught shit in quite some time. But then really focus on my school pursuits and get into some clubs. There's some Tri Beta biology club that seems really interesting. I'll say that. So I may check that out and try and be a part of that. And definitely take up the offers that I have from the professors that have wanted to spend some time with me outside of school. So, yeah, that is, you know, that's something that are a few things that I've had on my mind. That's a few things that I have wanted to rectify. That, and evidently I've been elected to form the next family reunion in like July or some shit like that. So I'm gonna be busy with that stupid shit. So that's gonna be fun because, man, if I have not told you about the experience I had with my in-laws 2 weeks ago, yeah, that's quite a story. I think I told Sam and a few others, but yeah, that's fun. So yeah, other than that, yeah, go check out Emperor Atheist. He's doing big things, man. If he gets Neil deGrasse Tyson, shit, I might pop back up real quick. that'd be one thing to wake me from my slumber. I want to thank all subscribers, benefactors, Patreons, whoever. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to go get some rest. I'm not pulling Dave Chappelle. No, I'm not that good yet. It's been icy here. It's been slightly icy, so they're shutting down the roads because people don't know how to fucking drive here. So wait. I had to do that before I leave. Other than that, is that it? Yeah. I think that's it. Get one more guitar. Keep my cock holster clean. Yeah. I've not heard cock holster in quite some time. I may consider doing a guitar thing. Maybe. We'll see. For $100, yeah, I'll do it. Anyway, $100 for it. No, it's not gonna happen. Other than that, folks, I'll see you when I see you.